So we had the vaccine. Pfizer was approved last week. Moderna will be approved this week. Both of those are American companies. And in this video, I will also touch base a little bit about AstraZeneca, which is a British company. And they also had very good results, but there are some problems with AstraZeneca. And we'll discuss that a little bit in this video. Let's talk about Pfizer. Pfizer was approved last week by FDA. And Donald Trump really wanted that vaccine to be approved right away. And I think, he wants to make sure the vaccine is out and people are able to take the vaccine right away. And, right now, around 3,000 people are dying every day. That's the almost same amount of people that died on 9/11, which was 3,200 people. And that's a really, really high number. So almost every day, the same amount of people are dying that died on 9/11, which is really, really sad for America. So obviously there's interest from all parties to make sure that people who need the vaccine are given the vaccine right away. Healthcare workers, people who live in nursing homes and long living facilities. So those will be the first people who will be getting the vaccine, Pfizer vaccine. And yesterday we saw the first person getting the Pfizer vaccine was in Long Island, New York, and it was an immigrant, black female who was given the first vaccine. And I think it's really important why that person received the first vaccine, because we do have problems with minorities not really trusting any type of vaccine. So Pfizer was approved last week. Moderna will be approved this week by FDA. FDA have said that Moderna is very effective, 94% effective. Pfizer is also very effective, 95% effective. So there's no question that these two vaccines are very effective in preventing coronavirus. So people who took the vaccine, 95% of those participants didn't get the coronavirus. 94% of those participants who took Moderna vaccine did not get the coronavirus. So that's how they know that the vaccine is very, very effective. Now the question becomes, is it safe to take those vaccines? And I think that's really, really important. And it's important for two reasons. First, who should be taking this vaccine? If you have some type of problems, health-related problems, or if you're a certain age, should you be taking this vaccine? And on the other side, people should know all the side effects that will come with taking these vaccines. Because once you know all the side effects and all that information is given to the person, then the person is very well informed before he's given the vaccine. So if you don't share that information, then people will ask, okay, what is the side effects? Why are you not telling us about the side effects? So we already know that some of the side effects will be similar to actually having the coronavirus. So, if you have coronavirus, some of the symptoms will be similar to that. So body aches, high fever, different type of people having different type of side effects, but up to 10 to 15% of the people will have some type of side effect. But the side effect will be very short term. They said 1 to 2 days, all the side effects will go away. So obviously this will happen to some people, and that's really, really important. Why it's really important now? Because they did not really mention that when they talked about how effective Pfizer was. They did not say, oh, some of these people will have side effects, and the side effects will be between 10 to 15 people who are taking the vaccine, and it will be similar to if you actually got coronavirus. A lot of health workers, a lot of medical professionals, medical experts, they came out and they asked, tell us about the side effects. Obviously, everyone knows there will be side effects for some people, especially people whose immune system is very weak, and people who might be allergic to certain type of vaccines. That's exactly what happened, because England approved Pfizer vaccine before America. England started giving vaccine to their health worker before anyone else, and also the people living in health facility, nursing facilities and long-term facilities. Canada also approved Pfizer before United States. Bahrain approved Pfizer. Kuwait approved Pfizer. And now I believe Bahrain also approved the Chinese vaccine for coronavirus as well. But I don't think there's a race to approve these, because there are other countries who are taking a little bit cautious approach in approving them, and they're doing more testing and they're making sure that more data comes in. And one of the countries is Australia. Australia said they are not in rush to approve Pfizer, and they're going to see how the reaction is and how everything is happening with the people who are taking it in England and in America. So they are taking a backseat in this. They're waiting for some more results to come in, and they also want to see how it's affecting the participants who are taking it. So we have Australia, a very well developed country similar to England and the United States, who's not approving Pfizer right away. One of the big reasons why Australia is not approving, because their coronavirus rates, cases are really, really low. But in America, we have 200,000 people getting infected with coronavirus every day. More than 3,000 people are dying every day. So it's a very, very serious situation. And I think that's part of the reason why FDA was under really tremendous pressure to approve this right away. So Pfizer is approved. There are side effects. 10 to 15% of the people will have side effects. It will be similar to actually getting coronavirus. So we will look at some of those side effects, and just to educate the people, just to know that what you should be expecting. But when you talk about what is already known, you're also talking about what is not known. So one of the biggest things that we also have to look at, what is the long-term side effect of these vaccines? I think a lot of health professionals have said that Pfizer is safe for short-term, Moderna is safe for short-term, and even medium-term. So when they talk about short-term, they're talking about right after you take the vaccine, how it affects you. Maybe 1 month after, how is your health, how is overall health after taking the vaccine. And after a couple of months, like 6-7 months have passed, that is considered medium range of side effects. So you might have some side effects that will take a couple of months to develop, and you will have them. And especially Pfizer and Moderna, they start giving these vaccines to their participants long time ago. Some start giving their vaccine in June, July. So we already have 5-6 months for some of these participants who participated in these two trials. Now, we don't know the long-term side effects. We don't know how it will affect people who are young, like young children whose brain is not developed yet, children whose physical abilities are not as strong as an adult. So I don't think Pfizer is actually approved for kids at this point. I think there is more testing needed to be done for both of them, Moderna and Pfizer, where they have to see how it will affect children. So children will not be receiving Pfizer vaccine right away. Most of the people who will be receiving it will be people who are living in nursing homes, because we had so many people getting the coronavirus in nursing home and dying from that. Also the health workers, because they are treating all these coronavirus people, so they need to have vaccine right away. Now the long-term side effects will not be known for at least a year. Sometime a couple of years have passed before you see any type of side effects. So that's the real question here. Do we know enough about these two vaccines and how they will affect us long term, or are we just going to take Pfizer's and Moderna's executives' word for it that is safe? Most health experts will tell you that they don't know anything about it. They don't know how it will affect. Also, the technology that they're using in Pfizer and Moderna is a new technology. They are not they're not using the same type of techniques that have used for a flu vaccine. For example, when they're making flu vaccine, they are actually taking a dead virus and having the body build the immune system against it before they actually and that's how they prevent flu from infecting you. But Pfizer and Moderna, they're using RNA. This is a new technology. People have worked on it for different reasons. People worked on it to treat cancer, but not really to create a vaccine for something like COVID-19. So that's the question. We don't know enough about RNA and how it will affect our DNA on a long-term basis. We don't know the long-term side effects for Moderna and Pfizer, and that's what should give some people some pause. But I'm not someone who is saying that you shouldn't take these vaccines, but I think we should really read about it. We should really educate ourselves about it. If you're not a health worker, and if you're not a senior citizen, if you're not living at a nursing home, if you're not living at long-term facilities, and you're a healthy adult, maybe you should wait. Maybe you should wait at least a year since some of those first participants have taken the vaccine. So the first participants start taking the vaccine in June, July. I think it will be safe to take it in June, July, because there will be 1 year passed since the first people took the vaccine, Pfizer and Moderna vaccine. We will have enough results. We will have enough news from those participants to make sure that if there's anything really bad about this vaccine, we will know about it. Some of the other symptoms, some of the other things, side effects might not develop until years after a vaccine is given. And those are something that we will not be able to predict at this point. So the main purpose of this vaccine is to educate you. There will be side effects from both vaccine, Moderna and Pfizer. And we will talk about AstraZeneca in another video, because AstraZeneca is having a lot of problems. First of all, the way they release their data, they didn't release all the information. Some people received some portion of the vaccine and not the second portion. So there's a lot of problem how AstraZeneca really brought the news about how effective AstraZeneca is. So I will make another video. We'll talk about AstraZeneca more in detail. But for now, Pfizer and Moderna, it is here. They are here, and people will be receiving them. People are already receiving them, and they're safe in short term and medium term, but not for long term basis. At this point, we don't know enough about it, so we don't know if there will be side effects that will show up 1 year, 2 years from today. So we just have to be cautious. We just have to read about it. I think the best way to know what is good for you is to read about it. Google this information, but make sure you're not reading fake news. There's a lot of fake news out there about these vaccines now. There's fake news about AstraZeneca that people are spreading on Facebook and Twitter. So we have to be really mindful about that. We have to make sure that we don't just believe everything that we read about these vaccines. What I just shared is all over the news. Everyone believe that there will be side effects, 10 to 15%, and they will be similar to how COVID, if you had COVID, so you will be similar to that. So you could have high fever. There was a nurse who took Pfizer, and she said she had 104 to 105 fever the next day, but it went away really fast. She also had body aches all over the place, and she did not feel good at all. But that went away, and she was a healthy nurse. She was not old, so it's very possible that side effects like that could happen. But at this point, I think Moderna, people who really need it, should be able to take. Pfizer, they should be able to take. AstraZeneca is not ready to be released. I think FDA will not approve it anytime soon because of how they're releasing information, how there's problem with how they administered the vaccine. So I will make another video. We'll talk about more about it.